welcome to the dugout. Interesting episode. I wanted to start from Anfield.
Anyway. For those of you who don't know, we have an Anfield man
behind one of our cameras. And
he has been working alone since morning.
Yes, these cameras are bloody expensive. The last time we want to fall by accident. With that being said, let us go down to the Wanda Metropolitano. Tell us what happened yesterday.
What happened? It was a fantastic game.
Was it?
It was.
Because the team you were supporting won.
Which team was I supporting? See, I don't have any dog in that fight.
Are you sure?
I don't.
Anyway, he's a closet Madrid fan. He would not want to, and by
Not
Madrid, I mean
fan.
real.
I'm not a Madrid fan.
Please.
I support them occasionally. But yesterday was one of the occasions I was supporting Madrid.
Anyway, at the Wanda Metropolitano yesterday, Atletico Madrid had to come from a 2-1 loss at the Estadio Bernabeu to win that game by 1-0. It went into extra time, obviously, because 2-2. And no more away goals, which I think was fantastic, because if they were away goals, Atletico Madrid would have qualified
Easy.
after 90 minutes yesterday. Went out into 120 minutes. Vinicius missed the penalty midway through the game. I think it was sometime in the second half. And it went to spot kicks. Now, the drama ensued when Julian Alvarez stepped up to play his penalty. And he scored said penalty, but it was adjudged that his standing foot made contact with the striking foot. And if you look at the rules of the game,
with the ball, actually.
before he moved, yeah. So, and that's basically a foul. By the rules of the game, that states that the said goal would not count, and Real Madrid went on to win that one on penalty shootout. Now, there's been so much drama.
Before we even go deep into the drama, let's look at the rules. What the rule says about that kind of penalty.
Yeah.
Because we know that if you run up to take a penalty and you stutter and then stop completely, then you start again to take it. If you score, you will take the penalty.
Yes, you do.
If you miss it,
it's gone.
It's gone. Now, he slipped. It wasn't like it was trying to deceive the goalkeeper. It was like he slipped. And from all angles, it was still inconclusive whether or not his left leg touched the ball before his right leg kicked it.
Yeah.
But there was an angle you showed me that the ball slightly moved. Now, my take is, he scored the penalty. The keeper wasn't even going towards the direction. Why don't they have him take it?
So
that's what I think.
So you know what? Let me read what the rule clearly states. So the question was asked, and this is off IFA, the body that basically is responsible for all the rules of the beautiful game that we love. It says during penalties, that's in the penalty shootout, the player slips on the grass while taking a kick. The ball is kicked and then touches the kicker's standing foot and goes into the goal. What is the correct decision? And the answer is the kick is recorded as missed because the kicker may not touch the ball a second time. Now, that's the rule.
That's the rule.
The rule is clear. But the question is, and it's only applicable when it is confirmed that the standing foot touches the ball alongside the striking foot before the ball goes into the net. But the question everybody is asking is, there is no conclusive evidence to show that both foot struck the ball before he went into the back of the net.
Now, this is where the drama unfolds. And Thierry is a Barcelona fan, so you know where it's coming from. So now the issue is, the pitch is synthetic.
I'll go punch your
calm
face.
Calm down. The pitch, well, I won't say synthetic, but it's grass, it's carpet. So sometimes you don't even need to touch the ball before you can affect its movement. Because we've seen situations where even when the ball is rolling, it touches a ridge and bounces awkwardly.
Yeah.
So what most people are saying is, what if the standing foot didn't touch the ball, but because of the way the slip happened, shifted the ball off the axis? Because yes, there is no conclusive shot that showed the left leg touching the ball, no matter how slightly. I mean, what we know is that the ball moved slightly, not even moved slightly before he kicked it. But then there is no angle that showed it. Now, where most people are angry is that it was a 50-50. It was a 50-50 decision.
Yeah.
Why did it favor Madrid? Because it seems that every decision like that always favors Real Madrid, especially in the Champions League.
The question is, I asked Ola this earlier today. I said, the game has never been this tough. At no point in the era of football has it ever been this tough. But somehow, when it's at its most competitive, one team manages to win the Champions League 6 out of 10 times. Or 6 out of 11 times. I think that tells the story. Every other team seems to win it probably every 5 years, every 6 years, some every 10 years, some every 20 years, some every 15 years. But somehow, one team can win it 3 times in a row, win it every 2 years or 3 out of 4 years. But then again, they say it's down to the Madrid spirit. It's down to the never give up attitude of the Los Blancos. It's down to the fact that they never know when to stop. They always keep on playing. I think it's bullshit. Pardon my French. I think they have a lot of referees in their pocket. And we've seen it this season. I listened to Luka Modric talking about the fact that it would have been rather unfortunate if his leg did not strike the ball and then the goal wasn't given and whatnot. He said, what he said that struck me was the fact that he said, we don't complain about the referees here, which is really, really strange because Madrid are complaining about the referees, especially in the La Liga, all season, to the point that they wrote a letter to the referees union who had to literally come out and defend themselves in their own statement saying, no, we will not allow anybody call us unscrupulous, we will not allow anybody call us cheats, we will not allow anybody call us names that are not worthy of the work that we do. But then again, like I said, it's Real Madrid and almost anything flies. Let's move on to other graceful stories because that was the disgrace as far as I'm concerned. Arsenal.
Yeah. I mean, it was a dead rubber match. I mean, what did we expect?
But it doesn't matter. Arsenal scored 9 goals over 2 legs.
Well,
9 goals over 2 legs.
Yes.
I wish they'd be scoring like that in the Premier League. Probably they'll be contesting for the title.
No, it's all good. It's all good. But then Europe is a different competition. Anyway.
Yeah, it was.
We seem to be getting our shots on target and our goals in Europe done.
You know what surprised me the most was Raheem Sterling getting 2 assists taller. Is he coming back?
You know that man, my friend, I can't be fooled though. Baba is ass. I don't want no. Forget, you're playing the team that really has nothing to play for.
Yeah.
And we didn't need to play. Of course, now you ball out now. I mean,
anyway,
what did you expect him to do?
Arsenal is playing Chelsea this weekend. So you think Raheem Sterling could start that game?
Well, as it is, no, I don't think it's happening.
I like the fact that you want to give a politically correct answer, and then you would think about it.
I had to realize, I had to.
You might not win the league. No,
I
will not win the league, but you wouldn't want to lose to Chelsea.
Is there a top 4 is still going on? Yes, there's still some kind of top 4
top 4
going on.
I think Arsenal is guaranteed second place.
Not really. We are 4 points ahead of Nottingham Forest.
Yeah.
With how many games to go? I think it's about 8 games.
About 8 to 9 games.
8 for some people, 9 for some people. So you still need to win some games to consolidate that second position.
Well, I think Arsenal are guaranteed.
Arsenal are guaranteed.
So
they are guaranteed at least top 4.
Yeah, definitely. Borussia Dortmund went through over Lille as well and will be facing FC Barcelona in the next round. Arsenal will be taking on Real Madrid. I think that's the game I want to see. But there's another firecracker of a game to be watched because we are going to be seeing a reenactment of the 2010 final between Bayern Munich and International. That's Inter Milan. Inter Milan won that, beat Bayern Munich in 2010. 2 goals from
Milito. Diego Milito. He scored the 2 goals in that game.
He scored the 2 goals in the final.
Eto'o
was in that final.
Eto'o was the first player to win
a treble twice.
No, not really. I think it was okay. Wait, no, the other was the first player to score back-to-back.
Eto'o was the first player to win a treble twice because he had won the treble with Barca the season before in 2009, moved on to Inter Milan under special circumstances, and went on with Jose Mourinho in that leading that side, and he won that. I've watched Harry Kane this season, prolific in front of goal. I think he's about to. I think Bayern Munich about 4 games away from securing the title. But I'm sorry I have to say this. Somebody said winning your first title with Bayern Munich is like losing your virginity to a prostitute. How true is that?
I actually have to agree with that analogy. Yeah, I have to. It's just like there's some things you can't say.
I know you would agree.
But
I know you would agree.
It's kind of true. But then again, there's another part to that statement. Like no matter how old or used the kitty is, you know what I'm saying when I mean kitty. The kitty is always new to the new guy. So when everybody's going to be, when most guys, most of the players in Bayern Munich are not really celebrating the Bundesliga because they've won it so many times.
Yes.
Guess who's going to be going up and down with that trophy?
Harry Kane.
Exactly.
Well, I think what you're basically trying to say, let me just say it for you because guy, sue me. Regardless of who you're losing your virginity to, the most important thing is that you are losing your virginity. So I think congratulations are in order for Harry Kane.
At least he's not doing it for Tottenham.
He's not doing it for Tottenham. So imagine if you're winning a title with Tottenham, the Premier League with Tottenham.
Man, that'd be cool.
I know Arsenal fans are literally shoot themselves.
Like I said last week, I will switch to hockey.
You don't move to hockey
not
straight up.
So back to the other games, Barcelona, Borussia Dortmund. Another game that's going to be really, really interesting to watch.
Barca beating Borussia Dortmund already this season.
Yes, but then again,
away from home.
Yes, but then again, it's a knockout stage.
Definitely, it is.
Other things are in play.
At stake.
Let's
not forget that they were finalists last year.
So you're looking at semi-finals and everything. Like I said, they are finalists, so they've been here before.
Mm-hmm.
They know what it takes to go beyond this stage.
Yeah.
And then Barcelona, I mean, if you look at the heritage and pedigree, we expect Barcelona to go through. But then again, this is a relatively young Barcelona team.
Yes.
When I mean young in this tournament, with some exceptions with like Lewandowski, who has won it before.
Yeah.
But if you look at the team, like Rafinha, Lamine, Pedri, and the likes, Subasi and co.
Yeah.
This is to them. This is like their. This is also like a debut season for them. So it's not like they are used to winning. So I like the matchup. It's one of the matchups that I really want to watch. I'll probably enjoy the match between Arsenal and Real Madrid and this one, Barcelona and Dortmund. These are like the two ties that are really like, the English is poised. They are poised. This is a poised.
But let's not forget that we also have surprise quarterfinalists.
That's Aston Villa.
Aston Villa.
Yeah, they are.
Because whether you like it or not, Aston Villa have done better than Liverpool in Europe this season.
Please do not allow.
I really wish.
We
could show you his face.
Do not allow somebody to mistakenly say, "I wanted to answer my call," and I mistakenly lock the camera. And because Adams is behind the camera right now.
You need to see his face. Like he's looking like Bruce Banner about to transition into the Incredible Hulk.
I'm telling you, man. But I mean, if you go by factually, yes, they've gone one step further.
And then one player I'm really happy for. It's Marcus Rashford.
Yeah.
Marcus Rashford. I saw the interview with Sir Jim Ratcliffe. He had an interview with Man U legend talking about Gary Neville. Basically talking about the state of the club and how United literally, if they continue down this path without checking their expenditure, will literally go broke over the next 6 months. And then literally Man U had to cut down on a lot of expenses, laying off quite a number of staff, cutting off funds to the ex-players, also stripping Sir Alex Ferguson of his ambassadorial role within the club. That amongst many other things. And then Ruben Amorim saying he is going to take some of the blame for himself. But this is probably, I think, if I'm not mistaken, one of the worst United team he's had to be assembled or set up in quite a while. But it's so surprising how this is the worst United team, and yet everybody that leaves this team would move on to another team and begin to try. Scott McTominay moved on to Roma. He's doing fantastically well. We saw Fred move on to the Turkish league and he's playing very well under Jose Mourinho at Fenerbahce. We also saw Anthony. Anthony's even recent because we saw Anthony move on to Real Betis, who seem to be battling relegation and somehow are in contention for Europe, even going on to beat Real Madrid, and he put up a very fantastic performance. Anthony playing for Manchester United over a couple of months could not register a goal nor an assist, could not even tie down his spot in the starting 11, and somehow he's doing so well in the La Liga, also doing well in the Europa League where Betis are playing. And then there is Marcus Rashford under a certain former Arsenal manager who has bagged about, I think, 4 assists or 5 assists since he joined in January. So the question is, are the players the problem, or is Manchester United a failed institution?
Of course. What do you expect? They've been having this problem since they signed Ten Hag. But the fact that he won the FA Cup, then he won the Carabao Cup and everything, it seems to be papering around the crack. But eventually we knew this was going to happen. Now I think what my mind needs to completely rebuild that team. Maybe keeping just a few.
Not just the team. I think they need to rebuild the stadium as well. Rats are everywhere.
Right now I'm talking football wise now. When it comes to the institution and everything, I don't know much about how they run their club, but definitely things need to also change in that end. But on the pitch, they have some players that are not really good enough. They have some players that may be good enough but really don't work in that system. The likes of Rashford, you cannot tell me Rashford is a good player, but he really wasn't working eventually towards the end of this time at Manchester United. Same for Anthony. We all know Anthony was good.
Jadon Sancho had to move on as well.
No, Jadon is probably the only outlier right now. I mean, he just after like the first game in Chelsea, he's been finding it difficult to do. But
regardless I've watched Jadon Sancho.
But yeah,
he seems to be in love with the game once again.
Exactly.
Unlike his time. I always say something, and we've discussed this multiple times. Football is not about just what happens over the course of 90 minutes on the pitch. there are a lot of things that happen behind the scenes that a lot of us don't take into cognizance. I might have limited knowledge. Some of you might actually know way more than me on a lot of these topics. But for Ratcliffe to come out and say renewing Ten Hag's contract was one of their biggest mistakes, because they had to pay him almost, I think, 15 or 20 million off when he was sacked. Then he went on to say that he never even knew that he had a body language expert. That was on like 197,000 a year. Body language expert.
We'll see. We're talking about Champions League. Let's leave Man U. We're digressing a lot.
No. The last time we didn't talk about Man U because I was trying to throw a slide at Toby. But what brought us into this conversation was the fact that Aston Villa are doing well in the Champions League. And for the first time in almost over 40 years, and moved on to the quarterfinals of the Champions League. Even if they don't progress beyond this state, one thing is certain. They've gotten to this point now. Marcus Rashford was an integral part of the team. I got them to this point.
And you see no about it. Like, it could be a fairy tale story. They may eventually
because
win it.
Adam has said that
they've won it before anyway,
yes,
so they could win it.
They
Who
have.
knows?
And
But
Arsenal have not won it.
quick one. Let me ask you a question.
You didn't answer me.
As I've won it, everybody knows that.
I'm just repeating.
That's still.
All right, go on.
Eventually, we'll see win it anyway.
Adam, are you happy now?
But then, the funny thing, quick one. What will you consider Man U season to be if they eventually win the Europa League? Because it means they get into the Champions League next season. So will you see it? I mean, at the end of the day, will you see it as like a successful season? Because eventually, the season isn't over yet. So you need to judge a manager at the end of the season. So the season ends, they still maybe 13th or 15th or 12th, whichever way, but they win the Europa League.
So this is what I think. If Man U go on not to win anything, we will here talk about the fact that the club is in a shambolic state. The club is this, the club is that. That's why the manager could not perform. But the Man U should somehow win the Europa League, make it into the Champions League. Everybody won't talk about the fact that in spite of the issues that the club is facing, Ruben Amorim in his infinite wisdom
in his first season
was able to
bring an European
title back to Old Trafford and move Manchester United back into the Champions League, which I think they will not deserve. If it happens, then I think football is unfair, and quite a number of things I personally would not even want to talk about because it will break my heart. But
my friends, your life is not fair.
I know.
It's happened before.
I know this
it
may
may happen this season because
if life was fair, probably Liverpool would have been in the next round of the Champions League. But they are not there now because they're not good enough.
I know they with you.
Just saying.
But quick one. So
Adam wants to hit me.
Quick answer.
Relax, bro.
quick answer here.
Yeah.
Arsenal or Madrid?
Madrid.
PSG or Arsenal?
PSG.
Barcelona or actually I pass that one. Because you are not going to pick Borussia Dortmund over Barcelona. And then the last time Bayern Inter.
And for the first time in a game I think I can't predict. If I were to go by anybody, I'll go with Bayern.
Oof.
I'll go with Bayern.
Okay, so you have Madrid, Madrid, PSG, Barcelona, and Bayern Munich.
Yes.
Okay. We'll see how that works out for you in like what, 3 weeks or 4 weeks?
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us in the episode. It's been a nice little Champions League game. Like, share
and subscribe. Very, very important. Yes.